Candidate Giovanni Paulo Vargas. Second referee, National Referee Jeffrey Barrientos. Now let's call on the starters for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Starting off with their team captain, number 7, Mylene Paat. At number 4, Jasmine Nabor. Jersey number 9, Energy Laure. At number 10, Rosel Baliton. Jersey number 14, Zarina Carandang. Jersey number 23, Shaya Adorado. First libero is number 24, Ria Doremdes. Head coach, Mr. Aaron Velez. Introducing the starters of Cignal HD Spikers. Starting with their team captain, jersey number 3, Rachel Ann Dakis. At number 1, Glodine Troncoso. Jersey number 2, Roselyn Doria. At number 7, Frances Molina. Jersey number 18, Marivic Meneses. At 22, Maria Angelica Cayuna. Starting libero is number 14, Angelique Jonella. Head coach is Chuck De Los Santos. This match is under the regulation and supervision of the Games and Amusement Board. Good luck to both teams.
Set number 1 just about ready to get going, and some familiar names for Chery Tiggo, Ayel.
The same starting lineup for them from the reinforced conference, just minus their import. Their core lineup still the same with the Cignal HD Spikers. No one new in their starting lineup. Still Dakis, Meneses, Molina, Troncoso, Cayuna, Doria, and Janela.
Well, if it works, why mess up with it? I was teasing everybody here sa staff dito. Walang kakain. Kasi haba ng first game. Inabot po ng 5 sets at bakbakang umaatikabo yung laban na yan. Walang gustong bumigay. Walang gustong umuwi. Nanalo rin sa dulo ang F2.
And it looks like it's the same with this match of Cignal
may potential itong
Chery.
Gustong magkaroon ng magandang simulain ang parehong koponahan. Paat with the first attack of Chery Tiggo. We reverse to the other side, and the first long exchange. Jack Jonella unable to reach for it, too far away.
Cross-court attack by Adorador using the hands of her blockers.
All set to serve. Number 4 is Jas Nabor, and Jas sends it into the net. And immediately we are tied at 1 apiece at the Phil Sports Arena. Great second day of competition for the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Rachel Ann Dakis, the veteran. And we all know, and I think it was discussed earlier by the feature, that the core of this Cignal team seems to be alumni of FEU with a few members of NU, San Beda, Jack Jonella is from Perpetual, but it's mostly the core is FEU.
And their 3 additions actually are former Lady Tamaraos as well, who played under Coach Chuck De Los Santos during his stint as the head coach of FEU as well.
It's nice to see Giselle C back with us in the professional ranks. Let's send it now to Franny Reyes for this first report.
I asked Rachel Ann Dakis, what is the Cignal HD Spikers New Year's resolution? And she told me, iaangat pa raw nila ang level of play to achieve the same goals that they had last year. And the new additions are very much part of achieving that goal. They actually experienced minimal adjustments because the players know each other very well, having several of the key additions from Coach Shaq's former FEU team. This familiarity is definitely a big help given the 1 month they've had together so far. And will that familiarity help them get the win today? Let's find out.
Thank you very much, Franny Reyes. That last point was delivered by Rosel Baliton, who simply tipped it over. Kuminsan pag ang regalo hindi naman kailangan matiin agad ang palo eh. Kuminsan kailangan pitikin mo lang eh. Meneses, ito'y binalik. Tinaas sa kabila, hinulog. Jack Janela loves doing that. Molina whips it and cracks it against the block.
Molina intentionally using the lance of the blockers for that swipe attack.
The score is alternating between these two teams here in the first set. We've got Riri Meneses all set to serve. Riri, of course, who just scored an ace play for UST.
A miscommunication between Adorador and the Remdes in that sequence, giving Meneses already an ace.
Lalim na kuha. Nabor sends it high. And Laures' attack looks well within territory, and they get the point. We were talking about the lovely names of the Laures, and Inaji is her full name. DJ, of course, is her nickname. Rosel Baliton is all set to serve. Baliton, of course, had college at UE, and her serve is outside. Our score now stands at 5-4 a.m.
Service is going to be important for both teams in this game so that they can build momentum.
Yung serve, hindi naman ayaw mo ipasok, pero kadalasan, may tinatarget ka eh. May pinapractice din kayo, may pinupuntahan, hindi lang yan ino-over.
That's why it's so important that you have control in your serve.
Pag grade school, high school play, yan, over nyo lang. Kasi mas marami error doon eh. Molina tips it over gracefully. Paat is rejected, but it is outside. But I think the block hit the antenna. Let's watch it again. Yep, exactly.
Paat was actually the MVP and the best opposite of the reinforced conference last year.
One-handed set. Jack Janela, right direction, right spot. Molina zips it over, and Shaya Adorador's dig is out of reach.
It's too much power for Adorador to contain. Molina also used that separation between the two blockers for that attack.
Alam mo yung digging, maaaring tama yung kamay mo, nandun ka, pero pag yung lakas ng hataw galing sa kabila can create the element of lack of control. Now, Jasnabor sets a pad. There's a net touch. And as always, it's rare that Rachel Andakis admitted it. Not that she's a liar or anything, but players don't immediately admit it. Pero mukhang tinamaan nga ni, hindi lang si Chel.
Doria actually also touched the net.
Ang score po natin ay tabla-tabla sa 6. Ito na naman tayo sa score na halin-hinan, halin-hinan. Cignal ang lumamang, 7-6.
But so far, Chery Tiggo struggling a little bit in the service line.
Kuminsan may nervyos yan. May nervyos, hindi pa pawis. Hindi pa umaandar yung game.
And that's why the coaches always say, first serve, pasok talaga muna.
Pasok muna. Saka tayo muna. That's a good observation. Oh, that is neatly done. Is that Cheyenne? Adorador who played for UE.
Adorador with her own version of a powerful attack. A lot of power in that cross-court attack.
You know, I cannot forget Shaya Adorador. You know, UE has had struggles in the UAAP, but she was always a shining bright light for that team. It's tipped over by Cayuna. Reverse set. Pushed up by Ducky. Jonella makes it a set. The attack. And we will be at the first technical timeout. Cignal arrives there first. We'll take a short break. Okay. Sino kaya kinokontak nitong dalawang to? Kilala mo ba yung dalawang yan?
Of course, the Margaret sisters.
Baka sila nagkokontakan sa isa't isa, hindi magkakantakan. Okay po, maandar na po ang ating... Nabutasan ng signal. Tabla na naman tayo. Yung back row defense ng signal, medyo kanina pa sila binipiga at pinupokpok nitong Chery Tiggo.
But also good decision by Baliton to target that end zone court of Cignal.
Kasi kuminsan pag lumusob lahat no, to dig, ayan, buti, napababa si Sesto. Durendes is there. Miley hammers it down.
Marlene Pat, so far very efficient for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And dadala pa niya yung momentum niya from the reinforced conference. So a breakout season for her and actually for Zach Karandang as well.
Nice development of Mylene Pat, who has been a national team member, has also played abroad. There's Buding Durandes, who also played for FEU. In the meantime, they don't force the issue. It's sent to the back row. Nice setup job. It's down and out. Baliton knocking it down.
Oh, back-to-back points for Baliton. Great decision by Nabor also to give that to Baliton. A lot of space for her in all angles.
That is so true, and it was prime position for her. Sev Sarmenta here with Ayel Estraniera, and Franny is joining us with her reports.
But Meneses also answers right away to that attack from Baliton. Gives Chery Tiggo her own version of a quick attack.
I almost called Franny Ramos, so I double-checked the Reyes. After those 3 straight points by Chery Tiggo, finally an answer by Cignal. Nabor, good setup. The cut shot kept in play. Jonella makes it a set. Molina zips it over to the open spot, and we're tied.
Molina using a lot of control in that attack. Just spinning the ball over the hands of the blockers. Scores for Cignal HD Spikers in that sequence.
Alam mo, si Cez has battled shoulder injuries through the years, and it's nice to see she's in full gear. Rachel Andakis makes it a reverse dig. Nabor, it's close to the net. Adorador tipped it over. Cut shot in play. There's a block, but not sturdy enough from Chery Crosso.
Marlene Pat using that small gap in the blockers. Medyo malayo yung pag-establish ng blockers from the net.
Yes, it is. Parang may espasyo pa in between. Ano? Pero yung Bayel, hindi naman pwedeng dikit na dikit ka sa net eh. Kasi baka tawagan ka rin ng net touch dun eh.
Exactly. So it really depends kasi volleyball is very situational. Depende sa galaw ng bola, sa galaw ng blockers.
And like in that case, Meneses saw the wide opening and just tipped it over. Minsan, pag ikaw setter ka eh, yung ganun regalo sa gitna, masarap pukpukin eh. Pero kuminsan, out of sportsmanship, tapik na lang. 1 point din yun eh. Same. Nabor. Laure gets a feed, and Nabor is doing a good job of getting all of her players involved on the attack.
And she's actually setting faster balls this time.
Yung tempo niya mas mabilis, hindi niya pinalulutang ng matagal.
Giving the Cignal HD Spikers a more difficult time in the defense part.
Sayuna set. Oh, look at that. Still in play. And Tiggo unable to lift it high.
Great delay by Cayuna. Great decision to give that to Molina. No blockers at all, but Baliton was there, but no second ball for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
The differential player, or the one who did the fake, threw off the defense completely there. Nabor sets it, the quick set. They are unable to cross it over. Karandang pining for another try. Let's see if she gets one. Molina has hers. It's touched last by Nabor.
Molina using a lot of angles in the start of the set. She went for the down-the-line attack using that very small space between the antenna and Maylene Paat.
Alam mo, hindi mo rin masisi si kayo na dito. Medyo pumuporsyento siya na maaga kay Molina rito. Mabuti pang makuha na itong first set agad. The ball goes to Paat. Dakis says, I got it, don't worry about it. The quick, Doria hooks it over to the other direction. That is touchless by Cayuna.
Great setting by Nabor for pushing that to Laure. Only one blocker in front of her, maximizing the cross-court attack.
We're tied at 13. Molina has to dig from down deep and springs back into action quickly.
Easy point for Cignal HD Spikers. Great first ball by Molina. She attacks right away. Another down the line attack for her using the smaller blocker and Jasmine the ball.
Alam mo si Ces pag nasa kondisyon mahirap pigilin. Matangkad siya, malakas pa. Athletic at saka yung presence niya. Dakis, the veteran.
She has all the skills needed for an outside hitter.
That's a better way of saying it. In the meantime, that ended up as a fourth touch by Crossovers. It's a 2-point lead by the HD Spikers. They were in the finals in the last tournament. Petrogas, however, made it difficult for them. That one curls over the net. And it is outside on the cross-court attempt by Laure.
Laure going for that cross-court attack. Just too much angle and power.
And we'll take a break here as we hit the 16-point mark. It's a technical timeout. We have you back with us at the Phil Sports Arena, featuring this battle, featuring Cignal HD, which is in resplendent, if I may say so, elegant black, up against Chery Tiggo, and also in red and their black colors.
So far, both setters maximizing their wing attackers. For the ball, Paat with 5 points already, and for Cayuna, Molina in 6 points.
It's in the air and it's out of reach. Says Molina tried her best, but the direction of the spike to begin with was hard to handle. 16 to 14. 14 has to serve. EJ Laure all set to serve. Ang makeup naman na itong Chery Tiggo, halo-halo eh. May Ateneo, may Lasal, may UP, may FEU din sila. So maganda rin yung mix nila.
Both teams actually has a good mix of talent and experience in their lineup.
And that's why they made such changes during the lull between the two conferences. An easy over, Nabor gives it to Karandang. It's too hot to handle.
Ball activating her middle attackers. Great attack by Karandang in that sequence.
How important is it, Ayel, that early on you set up quickly for your middle blocker? Bakit laging importante yun?
So it's important to be able for you to give more space for your wing attackers to attack as well. And you want the opponent to know that everyone in your team is actually a threat in the offense part.
And it spreads the offense, and the defense tends to go towards the center. And the last point was delivered by Doria. Rose Doria, who played for NU, has now made it 17-15. In play. Dakis tips it over cleanly.
Dakis saw a big hole behind the blockers.
Huge smile from Rachel Ann Dakis as she enjoyed that point.
But reacted a little bit late in that sequence.
HD Spikers by 3. Let's try to listen in if we can.
Kapag halimbawa, naka-block, tayo kukuha kasi si Ate May na dun sa long. Okay? Magandang play ha. Pwede natin kalas, iwan na.
Gitna, baba.
Gitna.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Chery, fight!
Coach Aaron Velez reminding his players who will get the drop ball behind the blockers. He's talking about their defense pattern, just a small reminder for them in adjustment.
And if you notice, we're coming in a little late here with the second game because the first game really was so fiercely fought. A 5-set win by F2 against PLDT. That game, Ayel could have gone either way, actually.
It was a long game, a lot of good long rallies for F2 and PLDT in the previous game.
Where are we now? 19-15. Cignal is slowly tiptoeing towards the home stretch of this opening set. I'm checking on Aaron Velez's shoes. He's the Mr. White Shoes guy. Such a cool demeanor when he coaches.
No, and very calm, especially in the timeouts.
Doesn't... oh! Rachel missed it badly. You know why? She took her eye off the ball. She was looking at the open spot.
Dakis lost control over that ball. She was trying to go for a drop ball.
Yeah. Papaluin ko ba? Ihulog ka. Ang laki ng space, oh. Eh, tinalis niya
That's
yung...
one thing important also in volleyball. You have to be quick in thinking and quick in deciding.
Excellent setting job by Jill Cayuna because she knew that Dakis wanted to make up for that mistake earlier. It's called bowing. Kuminsan kindatan lang yun eh. Bawi ka, sa'yo to. Kuminsan nguso pa eh.
And that's one way also to build that confidence of your teammate. It's very important to give them that opportunity.
To redeem themselves. Oh, but Cayuna says, ang lakas naman nun.
That was just too fast for Cayuna. Great down the line attack by Adorador.
There's a 2-point lead by Cignal. Vicar makes a first appearance here. Alina, of course, played for UST. There's a drop, the dunk, and the delivery that time by Rosel Baliton. Jack de los Santos wants to huddle up his team. Let's try to listen in.
Pasa muna tayo, attack ng maganda, tapos cover lang. Okay? Sige, kailangan may labas pa natin yung lahat ng nagawa natin sa practice kasi medyo mabagal pa yung galawan eh. Ha? Okay, sige.
Baway ha, pulawin. Yes, ate. Happy na signal!
Tayo ng one.
Coach Chuck asking his players for a good first ball and better execution, whatever they've done in training. Now he wants to see it in their game today.
Gusto ko malaman kung sino yung malakas ang boses na sumisigurado doon ng Signal amazing!
I think I know who.
Sino? Si Jack ba yun? Ewan ko, hindi ko alam. Nanguhula! Ano nangyari doon?
Miscommunication between Troncoso and Cayuna. Troncoso was expecting Cayuna to go for that second ball.
Which is the normal discipline. Second ball setter. Yung hesitation, yung cha-cha nyo, bago mapunta kayo sa bola, it's always what causes the mess up. And the quick makeup by Cayuna. She went to Riri Meneses.
Meneses maximizing his height and power, and that sequence overpowers two blockers in front of her.
Serving for Cignal, team captain, Rachel Tapos.
We're at 21-20. Close and tight here. Blocked! Nowhere to go. Door is locked.
Back-to-back points for Meneses. Block point for her in that sequence.
Coach Velez wants a timeout. Let's give it to them.
Kailangan matuto tayong mag-adjust, basta hindi titigil. Kapag meron tayong dinesisyonan, pangatawan natin ng tuloy-tuloy. Ngayon, Rosella, pag pumasok talaga, pasok na convincing, huwag papalo ng diretso. Yun na tayo, kalmatan tayo.
Uli mo na lang sa pasa. Atake tayo ngayon. Pasa muna, pasa.
Chery!
Coach Aaron reminding her players that they need to adjust, especially that the Cignal HD Spikers are playing faster from the second half of this set.
The count right now is 22-20 here in the first set. Rachel Andakis, her familiar pre-serve routine. We've seen it through the years, as long way back as her FEU days, and sometimes it's a little too strong. Alam mo, pag galing timeout talaga, sira tempo mo eh.
Yes, I was going to say that also. It's a good timeout for Coach Aaron Velez to break the momentum of the service of Dakis.
And it makes the score 22-21. Another one of those nail biters here in the Premier Volleyball League. Adorador's serve is in play. This is, they're gonna challenge. It looked like a touch ball and check ball, as we say here.
Troncoso is very confident that there was a touch.
There's a challenge by Cignal HD Spikers. Lock touch.
Ito mga coach na to, alam nilang nasa TV sila eh. Kaya ang tagal nung hawak nung... Ayun, okay. Sa tagal na natin magkakasama eh. Let's see how this goes. I felt somebody touched it.
It was just too fast for the referee to see.
Yeah,
but Troncoso was very confident that there was a touch.
Dalhin mo kami rito, Ayel. Yes.
Clearly, Laure.
Yes.
The fingertips of Laure hit that ball.
Alam mo, si Shaq, when he calls the challenge, usually is correct. Many of the times I've seen him issue the challenge, he's usually on point.
They said earlier that he actually has the highest percentage in terms of challenge.
23-21. Sabi sa'yo, coaches see everything. That's touch last by Cignal. We're still in business, Chery Tiggo is saying.
Laure also has her own version of using the hands of her blockers, using all her power in that sequence.
We have May Luna seeing action for the first time. May played for DLSU.
For the crossovers.
The serve. Molina got to it. Molina fires. The shot by Laure. Cayuna adjusts, goes to the net. Molina, sharp attack. The quick set. Out of reach. Out of reach. Too many bodies sprawled on the floor.
Great effort by both teams in the defense. But again, it was the quick attack of Carandang, just wiping that out. Cayuna was there, but no one was ready for the second ball.
Poste. Diba? Kung ibang space yan, baka nakuha yan. Shaq wants a timeout.
Okay, gawa lang ng blame. Anong blame mo?
Bigyan natin time tayo.
Pasa lang ha, bigyan mo agad ng receive. Basta attack over ha, attack. Kailangan discard sa atake ha. Sige, wala lang.
Let's go, happy na Cignal!
Hala. Sa lakas ng sigaw ng signal.
Coach Shaq De Los Santos asking for one pass, one attack from his players. And that is reminding her teammates to stay patient as well in the first ball.
Diba usually at this point, you'd like to run something medyo familiar. Yung at 23 all, let's run something we know para ma-score natin yung set point natin.
No, that's what they say na dun tayo sa porsyento because it's a very crucial part of the set.
Back row si Dakis at saka si Molina. Pero ito, kay Doria binigay, tinaas, well defended. The shot, it's out. It'll go to Chery Tiggo. And they are at set point first.
So far, Laure with 4 points in the set.
May Luna serving for the set. Dakis, kay Luna. That's not crossover. They keep it in play. Molina jams it over. The set. It's up and there for grabs. Jonella is there. Molina. Yes!
Great rally by both teams. But, you know, when you have Molina in front of you, there's a lot that she can do to score a point. Again, maximizing the separation between the two blockers.
Kung galing manghawi ng kortina nitong si Molina. That is going to count. Paat.
Soft touch by Paat, but still a point for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. No, we expected this. Both setters going to their very efficient attackers so far.
And second set point now for Chery Tiggo. Molina, long and out. The first set. And there's a challenge, but I think it might be academic.
Now, Molina was actually trying to go for the smaller blocker, which is Bicar.
Okay yung music ng challenge, ano? Parang trailer ng pelikula. Samantala, ipinakikilala si Coco Martin sa Batang Quiapo. Mapapanood dito sa...
The sound adds up to the intensity.
Yeah, I guess so. But we all know, no? By this time we know. You're trying to... let's listen in. Let's watch this. Jang, jang. Mukhang meron, ano?
Let's wipe the fingertips again of Bicar. Actually, a great decision for Molina to use the smaller blockers. But
that's why we use technology. We're tied at 25. Two set points saved by Cignal. That could have gone either way. That was bordering on double contact. Dakis. Shaya keeps it alive. Paat. Roncoso sends it airborne. Molina tracking it down. Dakis pushes it over. Shaya waiting for it. The dink. Jonella will make it a set, but it goes astray. Didn't land cleanly and easily done. Delivered by Canada.
now, when the chance ball given to Chery Tiggo, they maximize it really well. While Jonella was still going back to her position, they gave Carandang a set, a lot of area for her to attack in the net.
Another set point for Chery Tiggo, their third.
EJ Laure, serving for Chery Tiggo.
Laure all set to serve. Muntik hindi makita yun. Dakis dumps it over. It's still alive. Shaq De Los Santos felt it may have been on the floor, but here's a quick set. It does not cross over. And I don't think he's going to argue the point anymore.
That was a little bit low for Doria.
Shaq is checking if he can challenge this. It was on the floor. Alam niya on the floor. So, the first set goes the way of Chery Tiggo to the tune of 27-25. We're having red-hot volleyball here in the PVL tonight. Hindi ko alam kung sasayaw ako doon sa tugtog na Koreano o ano Blackpink ba yan? Hindi ako sure. Pero ang alam ko, 27-25, tatlong set point bago nakuha ng Chery Tiggo yung ating thrilla of a first set.
We actually had 16 deadlocks in that set. No, a lot of good things for both teams in the first set, but again, it was the consistency of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers that allowed them to win that first set. A lot of good combination plays as well from the Cignal HD Spikers, but it was the setting distribution of Bicar and Nabor that really allowed their Spikers to have that comfortable attack to score a point for the Crossovers.
There were a lot of furious exchanges, and the defense managing to hold for Chery Tiggo. That shot by Karandang was probably the biggest of that first set. You take a look with Ayala Estraniero, the statistics of the first set.
In terms of statistics, we can see that Chery Tiggo has some more attacks with 21-17 for Cignal HD Spikers. But they dominated the blocking department with 2-0 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Both teams with 1 ace only, and both teams limited their errors into just 5 apiece.
And that's why it was close and even in that first set. If you were to talk about Cignal, some tinkering or adjusting that they have to do, what would they address in the second set?
Actually, what went a little bit wrong for them in the first set was their communication. There was a lot of looking at each other, a lot of hesitation. So they have to stay aggressive in both the offense and defense, especially that they actually have all the keys to win this game. But Chery Tiggo, on the other hand, just played their usual game. They played consistently, and they had better communication compared to the Cignal HD Spikers in that set.
We're just about ready to swing wide open the door for the second set with Ayala Estraniero and Franny Reyes here. Sam Sarmenta taking care of your second game here today. The first game tonight in the schedule was won by F2 against PLDT. That was a 5-setter. That's why we're just a tad late coming wherever you are or wherever you're watching us tonight. On the meantime, second set just about ready to get going. Alina Bicar, Joyce Bicar will be serving. So far, lahat ng ipasok ni Coach Aaron has delivered for him in this game.
Quality minutes for some of his players, especially for May Luna in the first set.
Yung nag-serve sa dulo, no? That's a very good point. There's Dakis dumping it over. Baliton the fake. Adorador cuts it up and scores.
No, again, it's the hesitation of the Cignal HD Spikers that is killing them. That was a soft touch by Adorador, spinning it in the middle of the court of the Cignal HD Spikers, but no one was there in that sequence.
Gentle touch, the hook by Baliton finds an opening on the other end.
Bicar really feeding her middle attackers.
That's a tough thing to do because you could hit it too strongly and it's going to sail out, but she seemed to know what she was doing. Cayuna with a set. That is no rhythm for a clean attack. Shaya hesitates, fires. A good dive rather that time by Dakis. Here comes the set. And Pod gets it ever so gently. It's 3-0 here in the second.
So far, it's the soft touches of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers that is giving them a lot of points, disrupting the defense pattern of the Cignal HD Spikers.
Kuminsan yung tao ang gano'n, akalain mo na-score ko yun. Pero alam mo naman, ginagawa yan. Nice set. Adorador is rejected. It's recoiled. It's recalibrated. Pod fires. Chance to reset it again. Durandes becomes the setter. Pop fires. Junela says, ladies, keep it up. Keep it up. I saved it for you. Here's the toss. Baliton gets it in the sideline again.
Baliton going for a different angle this time, but still successful in that quick attack. Well, she has really improved a lot in that middle position.
Great start by Chery Tiggo, forcing Shaq de Los Santos to use a timeout here.
Ang pwesto natin nakaganito, yan. Pero dito pinapalo. Yan ba yung pattern natin? Okay?
Ulang, let's go. Kaya natin yan.
Okay?
Maganda tayo ha. Let's go.
Gawin natin kung ano yung dapat na ginagawa sa loob ng court. Hindi yung kanya-kanya tayo, wala nag-uusap, wala masyadong pagaanin natin, ha? Pagaanin natin.
Kami na Cignal! Awesome!
You know, to be completely fair about it, Shaq de Los Santos also is a cool dude. He makes the game very simple. And I noticed, having covered it all these years during the game, he doesn't go into too many X's and O's. He just says, oh, ano yung play natin? One receiver.
They actually called the timeout to just remind his players to stay calm.
But here is a problem. It's 5-0 on the service ace. Let's go to Franny meanwhile.
It was a very close first set with the Chery Tiggo Crossovers inching towards that first set win. And I think a key adjustment that they made was in the first set, they actually took the time to observe what their opponent was doing to make the proper adjustments. That was something that Coach Aaron highlighted, and it was something that the Crossovers listened to get that win. Now, earlier I also spoke with Zach Carandang. She actually mimics a bit of that coolness from Coach Aaron. She told me parang barkada lang sila sa court. It's important that they enjoy and that they stay calm in order for them to perform well.
That's a very good report, Franny, because, you know, this game is high intensity. Pag mainit din ang ulo mo, wala kang magagawang maayos dito.
You know, sometimes how the coaches act, yung aura ng coach, it sorts of translates also in how the players feel inside the court.
Look at this. It's 6-0. Malabanan is in the game for the first time. Bumalasa si Coach Shaq. That's off the blockers, and it's 7-0.
Bad so far. 9 points for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And Baliton with 6 already.
Major balasa ang ginawa ni Shaq. At Chinchin Basas there together with Jer Malabanan. That is finally the first point scored by Cignal here in the second. It is 1-7. And that's sometimes a hard place to be in. You're down 1-7 in this rally point format. Every mistake you make is a point for the other side. Good set. Baad blasts away!
Baad really leading her team in scoring.
And that'll make the count a whopping 8-1 as we hit the technical timeout. Well, somebody's enjoying an early vacation, or this was in between conferences.
It was actually during their team building in Batangas before the season started.
And the beach is probably farthest from the mind of Rachel Andakis right now, given her team is being buried here. 8-1 in the second set. They lost the first set as well. The count then was 27-25. In case you're just joining us, Malabanan rejected by the double block of Baliton and Laura.
Cignal HD Spikers having a difficult time to convert, while Chery Tiggo Crossovers, everything going well for them in terms of offense and defense.
You get this sneaky feeling that medyo lost itong Cignal, ha? Lost in the maze, ha?
Well, they ended like that in the first set, and it kind of, you know, translated here in the second set. They started really slow, and so far, both of their points are coming from the service error of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And that was something Shaya Adorador wanted back. Can I have the serve again? Because she didn't want to waste the momentum, as you mentioned. Laure, this is a good set. Neatly done. Napakasimple mag-set ng bola ni Alina Bicar.
So Bicar also actually doing a great job in setting and waiting for the middle attackers to have that a bit of fake to confuse the blockers of the Cignal HD Spikers.
Saka hindi siya malikot. Kulang siyang gumalaw. No wasted motion. This serve is in play. Does it reverse? Basas battling. Paat attempting to challenge, but goes for this instead. Doria ends up reaching for it. The cut by Molina. The set by Laura. Baliton, and wait a minute. I think they'll call double contact here. Pag hindi ka setter at hindi ka sanay doon, tatawagan ka niya.
And Laura was actually out of form already when she set that ball.
That is a skill. Alam mo, you setters know that so well, but it's the others don't use it that often. Kapag ginamit,
a lot of core work and control needed.
Kasi sa warm-up, nakakatamad din gawin yan. Alam naman natin yan. Oh! Molina ended up swimming for it.
Seems like Cignal HD Spikers aren't prepared for the soft touches of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. They're waiting for a deep attack, a powerful hit, but they're not able to adjust with the soft touches from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Payuna. Oh, Meneses, her shot is parried away. They go to her, and she connects this time.
Great decision by Meneses to change that attack and just dropping it in.
Actually, ginugulo ka niyan kanina. Hinihila yung microphone mo. Mga teammates talaga, no? Kahit saan ka mapunta talaga, harutan pa rin talaga, no? The joyful times. Karandang! And says, halain mo.
And also, it's the timing of Bicar in giving her middle attackers that set that is giving them a really easier time to score a point. Almost no blockers for Karandang in that sequence.
And Bicar has been picking her spots quite well and is just calmly delivering the goods. In the meantime, Payuna, Molina, Laure, and that is out of reach.
Much needed point for the Cignal HD Spikers.
Coach Aaron is trying to work with a 6 that he can rely on, not really stretching his lineup. He's hardly used most of his players. He's sticking with this unit. Bicar is the main change.
And that's very important because, again, let's remind the viewers that. And also, every game is very important because of the single round robin format. So you really have to maximize the players you want to play for them to also build that momentum throughout the tournament.
Karandang celebrating again. because siya got a connection on her fingertips actually. Dulo na eh, oh.
And it seemed like she intentionally really hit the end part of the court of the HD Spikers.
Parang paglipad niya, sana abutan ko sa taas. May daliri pa naman. 13-5. Meneses. Paat says, Puto, I got it. Meneses says, take that.
No, that's one of the strengths of Meneses, that angle. The easy point for her in that sequence.
That's smart setting by kayo na Puto, na easy shot si Meneses. Balik ko sa kanya para makadiin uli sa back row. Malakas lang. Malakas lang. They can challenge. They will challenge this in and out. Net touch. Net touch and challenge.
There's a challenge on the floor by Chery Tiggo. Red touch.
Alam mo ako, this might be inappropriate. I've always teased everybody. Dapat pag may challenge, may dancers na lumalabas. Diba? Kasi we cannot show the replay until the challenge is decided on. But here, we're quick about this. Watch this. Uh-oh. That's, yes. They'll declare it as a net touch.
It's very clear that Doria touched the net. So 10 points already for Paat, 5 for Laure, 6 for Baliton, and 6 for Caradang, and 5 for Adorador. Great setting distribution so far for Bicar.
Cayuna. Molina shoves it over. Adorador zips it in, and that bites.
Chery Tiggo Crossovers are playing like they know the holes in the court of the Cignal HD Spikers.
That is so well said, Ayel, and they've been able to fill up those porous areas with everything they've had. This serve is a bit long, though.
And again, Cignal HD Spikers need to produce their own points and not rely on the service errors of the crossovers.
Here's Cayuna, the setter for Cignal, who had has had a good season so far. The cut shot, Shaya says, is it still alive? Akalain mo. And here's the set. Paat uncorks. It's handled well. General, by the way, is on the floor as the other libero. And that's too hot.
Medyo binite ni Bicar in that sequence. Great down the line attack by Adorador.
In the meantime, we hit the second technical ceasefire mark. Back in a moment. Bingo Plus is the first live streaming bingo in the Philippines. Glad you could join us here tonight. Sam Sarmenta, Ayel Estaniano, and Franny Reyes taking care of your second game earlier today. We had F2 winning against BLTT and a nail biter of a 5-setter. Could have gone either way. This one, so far, a dominating performance by Chery Tiggo. They took the first set 27-25 and currently leading 16-7 here in the second frame. In play. This is basically the second unit of Cignal on the floor. Laure blasts away and Malabanan unable to shield it.
And again, Deca really doing a great job. Napapadaan niya talaga sa middle attacker. So you see Doria very late in that sequence, only one blocker in front of Laure. A lot of space for her for that cross-court attack.
Alina Bicar is from Base Samar. Loves playing badminton as well and singing. Baka karaoke queen ito. Basas in the meantime gets something to work for Cignal.
First point for Basas with the Cignal HD Spikers. He's one of the key additions of the team for this year.
We have Jen Malabanan. Lauren uncorks. Malabanan sends it airborne. General taking care of that. What a set. Mali. Napasok pa rin ni Miley. I thought she kind of hit it flat, but she still knocked it in.
That was a very fast attack for Mylene Paat. Bicar delaying it. Paat really angling that attack. No one was there in the Cignal HD Spiker side.
Giselle C. seeing action for the first time for Cignal. Giselle also one of the products of the Far Eastern University program. We have Rachel Andakis, also a product of that program, on the floor. Of course, Rachel had the late Nes Pamilar as her coach. Here, see, they won a championship back then. Molina from San Beda. Karandang. That was already on the floor. And fiery exchange. The point is taken by Cignal.
Great defense by Bicar in that sequence, but Doria was ready.
Hirap talaga pag second ball, ibang taon. Hindi yung setter. Setter ang humabol. We have Doria. It's in!
Great floater by Doria. No, Cignal HD Spikers need to serve well because so far Chery Tiggo is having a very easy time in terms of first ball.
That is rejected and reset. Dorendes, Karandang taps it gently over. Giselle C sets it up. Molina uncorks. Here comes Bicar. Oh, when she handles the ball and she gives it to Karandang, good things happen for Chery Tiggo.
And Bicar really maximizing the presence of Karandang in the front line. Really, the blockers of the Cignal HD Spikers is struggling to read the offense of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in this set.
Yes. Paat, her serve too hot, and an easy ball is sent over. Laure is, missed it. And it was something that EJ wanted back.
Laure was really going for that deep cross-court attack. Now, she knew she was capable of because she only had one blocker in front of her.
It was a case of mild giggle. Hindi yung giggle na overpowering eh. Kasi she wanted it. And you're so right, Ayel. She can nail that. Bawi time. Go, good one-handed save by Shaya Adorador. But there's a fiery battle here. Second longest exchange. Laure sent well into the air by Basas, and there's the hole.
Great surprise drop ball by seeing that sequence.
Tiggo has been hit by 4 straight points from Cignal. Timeout is requested by the team.
Gitna. So si Alina. Actually, pwede tayo running short. Kanina maganda naman yung kanina kay, kailangan mo lang i-remind si EJ na sunuran. Yun na nga, medyo na din.
Wala ka mo. Maliit lang yung
Some reminders for Vicar, but Vicar again still doing a really good job in terms of setting distribution. 12 excellent sets for her so far.
She did not start for Chery Tiggo. It was Jazz Nabor who started. Just like to remind you that the statistic known as the excellent set is a subjective statistic. Somebody is the one who judges that. So we trust that person, of course. The push, the set, the delivery by Laure.
Laure using Giselle C in that sequence, the smaller blocker. That's a big hole in the defense of the Cignal HD Spikers. Still hasn't adjusted. Still.
Kanina pa yung donut na yun sa gitna, no ha? Hirap din ng middle blocker. Karandag, lundag ng lundag. Ang sukli niyan, pagtanda mo talaga, tuhod at lower back. Biniriring. Take that!
But Meneses keeping the Cignal HD Spikers alive. A lot of powerful attacks coming from her. Great set also by C. Just one blocker with her. Adorador was late in that sequence.
Alam mo si Giselle, as that service wasted. Giselle, see, it's nice to see her back. We saw her last in the BNBF tournament. She played for, I remember, the team was Cavite, I think. Sabi ko, ba't kakasali ko? Taga rito po ako, sorry. And she was asked to play C on 2. We don't see a lot of on 2s here today. Oh, great job by Rachel Andakis.
Great
Closing the door.
anticipation by Dakis. She anticipated that set well for Baliton. No room at all to cross that net for Baliton.
Ria Meneses for the serve.
Adorador finds a gap. And really, Maribig Meneses is unable to keep it in play. But yes, it will go now to Vicar for serving duties. It is 22-14.
So far, Adorador with 8 points already.
C with the set. Doria. Doremdes is all of a sudden the setter that is outside. Yes, it is. So it's 22-15.
Too much angle for Paat in that sequence. So she saw that big hole in the down-the-line attack.
It was tempting. Spiker ka ba dati? Bago ka ginawang setter, hindi. Setter ka na po.
I was in high school.
Kaya masarap paggigilan yung down the line na yan
Especially when you see that it's very open, no blockers in front of you.
Paglundag mo, no? Woo! Parang runway ng aeroplano. 22-16. Giselle serve into the net.
It has also been the problem of the HD Spikers. They would score a point, but also lose a point in the service line, giving them a more difficult time to build that momentum.
And now Chery Tiggo with a slow walk towards the finish line here. C. Cut by Basas is good.
Great angle for Basas. Laure thought that it was going out already.
You play this game so you know, if ganun, pag tinapakan mo yung linya alam mong parang palabas na pero hindi, kuminsan binibiro ka niyan Pat, sabi, it's outside.
Ball is out.
Medyo nanggigigil si Miley.
And also because she knows what angles she can use. But again, minsan yung gigil din talaga, it's the reason why we commit errors in the game.
Laure. And Aral. And it is sealed. Well done by the blockers.
No, that set was read well by Baliton and Paat. Also a bit low for Molina to adjust. A block point for Paat in that sequence.
Marcel Baliton has been steady for Chery Tiggo, and they're now threatening to take a 2-set-to-love lead here as they are a set point, but wait, hold your horses. Molina seemed to be saying they cut it down to 5.
A great set also by C, pushing that to Molina, only one blocker in front of her.
So, Cignal saving 1 set point. And it's done. It's done.
But again, the efficiency of Carandang in that set.
Watch this. Hello. Para pinako yung bola sa langit eh. Sige na, paluin mo na.
The timing and the positioning of Vicar in setting her middles really was very successful in that set.
Ito po ang ating takbo ng ating laro. Chery Tiggo dominating against Cignal HD. It was a close one in the first, but the second set, it was led all the way by Chery Tiggo.
No, and Chery Tiggo just really showing what they can do in terms of offense with the leadership of Vicar. She was really able to activate all her attackers. Paat, Carandang, Baliton, Adorador, and Laura scored a lot of points for the crossovers in that set. And again, Cignal still has that hesitation in terms of offense and defense. They're playing a bit safe in that set. And also, it's really the crossovers playing a perfect volleyball in that set that allowed Cignal HD Spikers to commit more errors in terms of attack.
And there's some element of getting used to everybody because it's a brand new team. I think one of the key players that's missing here is really Angelia Araneta. But life moves on, as we all know. Look at the points and the stats of that second.
In terms of statistics, we can see that Chery Tiggo dominated the attacks department with 19, only 7 for Cignal HD Spikers, 2 blocks for the crossovers, 3 for the HD Spikers, both with 1 ace and only 3 errors for Cignal HD Spikers, but it wasn't enough for them to get that set, but 8 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Cignal will have to dig in very deep here.
And they need to produce their own points and not rely to the errors of the crossovers.
Yes. They got to be a little more active with their set pieces actually here. Vicar is tearing them apart with a very simple approach to the game. I'll just put it in the air and let my spikers do the rest. We welcome you to the third set as the cameras of our director Alneri take care of bringing you the action from the Field Sports Arena. Chef Sarmenta, Ayala Estrangero, and Franny Reyes taking care of your second game here today. Vicar. Ang sarap paluin ng set ni Vicar. Hindi ako nagbibiro. Molina, however, is not thinking of that. Vicar. Good lift up by Basas. Giselle C. Molina. It's rejected. Giselle recycles. The cut by Basas. Too close to the net. Doremdes says, hello, everybody.
Dorador has been really successful in breaking the blocks in front of her.
Yes.
No, even with 2 blockers in front of her, since the earlier set, she's really able to score that point. She knows what angle to use with that powerful attack of hers.
You know, Shaya has always been very athletic, very blessed with her physical skills, even in her UE days. In the meantime, look at this. A quick jump start again by Chery Tiggo.
Back-to-back points for Adorador.
Again, if you're just joining us, 27-25, 25-19, the winning scores of Chery Tiggo in the first 2. This is allowed to play on. Basas, one-handed protection by Adorador. Dorendas rolls over. It is in play, the third longest rally. The zip, it is still in play, very much allowed. It goes down and out.
So what a defense for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And Pat scoring a point with no look at all in that sequence.
Oh, look at that pancake. Here's Giselle C on 2. Maiba naman. We haven't seen much of that today. So why not try this? Get a quick point. Get the serve to our side.
No, so far 2 points for her. In her attempt previously in the second set, she did the same and scored the point also.
We've got a report from Franny Reyes. Franny?
The Cignal HD Spikers allowed their opponent too big a lead that when they upped the intensity in that set, it was too late. Now, Ces Molina told me that intensity and loudness is important to the Cignal brand of volleyball. This is a very loud team sa dugout pa lang. Maingay na yan, but we saw them barely communicating and allowing their frustrations to get the best of them. They need to start strong, stay consistent, and stay composed if they want to stay alive in this match.
Franny, thank you very much. You know, I've learned from all the coaches sometimes when tahimik masyado, something's wrong. Diba? Sa volleyball game.
You don't know if it's yung kaba ba yun or yung hesitation ba yun. It could be a lot of things, but one thing that Cignal HD Spikers need to do is start strong, especially that the Chery Tiggo Crossovers is playing consistent offense and defense.
Yung pagsigaw kasi, nakakaon, pagsalita, takes away some of the tension. And you know you're not alone. Kailangan yung mga leaders of the team have to be very vocal at this point. They're really down. Set count, as well as the score, and it is time to do Baliton. A little of everything.
No, Bicard really doing a great job in terms of choosing who to set in a certain situation and what angle to give.
That's hard to defend. Karandang, Paat, Baliton, and even Shaya Adorador from the back row.
No, a lot of options also for Bicard in setting plays.
Chien Basa says strike results in a point, brings it down to 5-3. You know, the report of Franny earlier was so accurate. It was too much a lead by Chery Tiggo in the second set. Ang laki, 5-0, 6-0, 7-1. So, kumayo talaga. Nung uminit na yung signal, it was a little too late. Bicard, she likes Karandang.
She likes setting up actually her middle attackers.
Yes. Kung middle attacker ka, busog ka eh, no? Great block by Karandang. Chin Basas. Shaya, Bicard, Scampers. And look at this, the fourth longest exchange. Hello. Alive, but nobody home.
So great reaction by Basas, but it was not enough for them to defend that ball. And this Chery Tiggo Crossovers are actually doing a great job varying their attacks, really disrupting the anticipation and the reaction of the defense of the Cignal HD Spikers.
Marlene Paat is all set to do her southpaw serve, and Molina bungles it.
Was already sailing out, but Molina was hesitating last minute, tried to get that ball.
Tumalon pa siya, which is usually dangerous. It usually messes it up. See, trying to be sneaky. Counter. Giselle makes it a set. Molina does not force the issue. Here comes Bicar, gently set. Oh, well done! So perfectly set!
You really can't give the chance ball to Chery Tiggo Crossovers. You know what they're capable of doing. They maximize the
And we
chance
arrived.
ball.
I'm sorry, Ayel. We've arrived at the technical timeout at 8-3. We shall be right back in your game.
Fans, who do you think will be the player of the game for this match? Beat na!
Who do you think will be the player of the game in this match? Bea said, syempre si Mama P na player of the game dyan. Import from Thailand yata ng Chery Tiggo yan. Ha, let's go. Paat Charaporn, Cherise.
Okay. Si Ayel po nagbabasa siya ho yung nakababata rito.
Victor 3D third said, if Cignal wins, Roslyn Doria will be the player of the game with her monster blocks. If Chery wins, EJ Laura will be the player of the game with her vaunted defense and smart attacks. Lastly, Melvs perfectly said, the POG will be Mylene Pat of Chery Tiggo, knowing that she is an import caliber and MVP last conference.
Hey, we thank you for joining us and sharing us your thoughts about our question. It's also nice to see Michelle Gobb, actually. When we had the press conference from the previous conference, we had a brief chat habang kumukuha ng pagkain. Sabi niya, hi sir, it's nice to be back. I love watching her set also because napaka-feathery ng touch ni Michelle Gobb. In the meantime, what a shot by EJ, who's power seems to be gaining with every passing moment. Karandang, the runner, is red. Meneses is caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Molina and company. Paat elevates it. Here's the strike. Laura is caught. And what a defensive job by Cignal.
Great blocking in that sequence for Meneses. Great set by Bicar to Laura, but again, two blockers was already established in front of her. No coverage for them in that sequence.
Chuck De Los Santos saw something in terms of a gap on the side of Chery Tiggo. One-handed toss over by Bicar. Molina. Yes, and that's why there was that chat with Chuck De Los Santos. Yung formation kasi ng Cignal medyo nagkapistuhan doon.
Great set by Cayuna and just a top spin for Molina. Successful in that sequence.
We have Dennis Reyes seeing action for the first time. This is Giselle De Los Reyes.
A product of the Ateneo.
Paat gets it to crawl over, but it is read beautifully by Cayuna. Molina is foiled. Dakis digs it high. Molina taps it. One-handed adorador save. Paat from the back row. Here is Cayuna, the runner by Meneses. Paat is right there. Bicari is there. Paat cuts it up. Cayuna block. Meneses. Everybody blocking. General is sprawled on the floor. This is the longest rally. Crowd relishing it. This could take forever. Kakain ba muna tayo? Oof. Set for Dakis. Parang training ah. Lakas.
No, great defense by both teams actually. That point could go either way, but just too much power in the attack of Mylene Paat.
Parang training, ano? Kasi there's that thing you do in training in 2-for-1, when if the other side will lead by so many points, you can only score if you have 2 points. Nice exchange by both. De Los Reyes makes a contribution.
De Los Reyes scoring her first point for the crossovers. Bika really loving her middle attackers.
Here comes the serve by Laure.
EJ Laure serving from Chery Tiggo.
Laure serve. Ooh, bungled by Chery Tiggo. That'll make the count 10-7.
Great serve by Laure. Dakis was there but was a little bit out of position for that floater.
EJ Laure all set to serve for the second time. Looks long, it is. The count as of the moment is 8-10. Here's the attack. Adorador. Her shot is being handled on the other side. Molina digs it over. Bicar to De Los Reyes, who blasts away, but it's handled well. Bicar resets. Adorador fires. Adorador lifts it high. Bicar makes it a set. Paat pushes it over. Cayuna says, no, I'm here. Paat, and it's out of reach.
That attack was too fast. Mylene Paat wasn't able to react right away. She was still on her way, moving back to her position.
And look at this. Cignal knocking at the door here.
So far, in terms of service, 3 errors for Cignal, 7 for Chery Tiggo.
Adorador is blocked, but Duremdes keeps it in play. Laure, Bicar, the hook by De Los Reyes, who's active on the floor, all 5-9 of her. She fires, she is rejected.
Cignal HD Spikers so far showing better blocking. No, great anticipation for Doria in that sequence.
And look at this. Cignal says, we're known as awesome. We don't go quietly into the night. We will fight back. We're tied at 10. Here's really Bicar. Bicar again. Doremdes. It's short. It's in play. As long as there's no whistle, you play on. Bicar. Paat not ready for the set. Another long exchange. Molina easily muffled on the other end. Block. Bicar. 4 touches.
The Cignal HD Spikers, the blocking of the Cignal HD Spikers is really making Chery Tiggo struggle in terms of offense.
Chery Tiggo, block touch.
Chery Tiggo, boy, lahat hingal na hingal do sa exchange na yan. Now, here's the challenge. Here's the music. Yung challenge parang ano eh, parang news ang dating. Samantala, sa ibang mga balita, nagkaroon ng challenge ang isang koponan.
And you know, in rallies like those, long rallies, the challenge is actually a good advantage for them to...
Catch your breath.
Yeah.
Yes. Mukhang walang point. Walang point. So we're still tied at 10. The challenge is successful. So no, there's no point. No, medyo nagulat si Shaq De Los Santos pero no complaints. will play on. The serve still belongs to the HB Spikers. Bicar. And the point is now taken.
Again, Bicar medyo binitin niya na because when she was pushing that ball towards the antenna, Adorador was getting blocked. No, it was a quick thinking for her to actually change the play right away for them to score a point.
Very good point, yes. In the meantime, here is Delos Reyes. Her roots are in Pangasinan. Molina. Nicely done. Nicely done. And there was no libero on the floor for the other side. That's the sequence na wala yung libero.
And that's also one of the strengths of Molina. She can easily vary her attack. She's capable of doing a lot of angle attacks, cut shot, drop ball, and always successful.
The libero darts in for the middle blocker, but the rotation has to be completed before, because the libero cannot play on the front line. Cannot attack. Can set though. Bicar. Nice cut shot, but in play. Bicar says, let's try it again. This time it works.
Bicar giving Adorador another try to score a point. Great setting also because the blocker, Doria, was already late in that sequence.
Indeed, you know, you have made such a good point. It's not just the beauty of the sets. It's how she swings the blockers from one end to the other.
Exactly how she confuses the blockers of the opponent.
Oh, nice rush.
Adorador came in prepared today.
Almost everybody that has been fielded by Aaron Velez is delivered. Adorador, Politon, Paat.
Adorador already with 14 points. Paat with 14. Also Laura with 11. Baliton with 7. And Karandang with 8.
Boy. And now, after we were tied, we now see Chery Tiggo pull away by 3.
Tres, backwick tres, gamitin natin. Okay, gamitin natin. Huwag tayong puro ganun-ganun lang pagka spiker. Ngayon, pag nandun yung bigar, okay lang yan. O, Ses, ganun pa rin yung pattern ng defense, ha? O, laban lang natin. Tatlo lang, ha?
Let's go, let's go!
Time lang.
Tsaga lang na tsaga. Happy na signal! Awesome!
Plays, especially that they are being read well by the blockers.
Okay, we're having fun here with Larry De Young, our longtime panel director. In the meantime, Molina. Asus Mariosep, ginawa ng paraan. Look at Mylene Pat, smiling. Sa set ko sana para sa iyo, pero yung pag pumupunta sa panel yung bola, tinitingnan ko yan kung mahahabol pa eh. Kasi kung mahahabol pa, iiwas ako. Pero wala naman lumulundag sa lamesa rito eh. Whether men or women. Bakit ka magpapakamatay? Nicely done! Doria, look at her smile.
Doria already with 3 blocks for the HD Spikers.
They're knocking on the door here. You know, Chery Tiggo, mahirap magsara ng laro, ha? Isa sa pinakamahirap yung tapusin yung laban. They're ahead by 1. This is not over. Durendez drops to the deck. Paat. And that looked like it hit the antenna. It is called as such. It's outside. We're tied.
Also, we know Cignal HD Spikers as a team that is very capable of a comeback, especially that they really progressed too well in terms of games and in terms of tournaments last year.
Ooh. Can't do anything about that. That's gone. And Seth saying, I'm sorry. Shocked with that reaction, but
And
won't
again,
change a thing.
it's the service error that kills their momentum.
You had mentioned kanina it was 7 against 3. It's probably 7-4 right now. Here's Via General. Doria is hijacked. Balitan battling at the net. There's a claim of an overreach. But we play on! Dakis. Molina. Medyo may pagka-beach volleyball yung tira ni Dakis na yun. Pop!
But again, another chance ball maximized by the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
They move in front and reach the technical timeout, the second of the third set, and we will take a break. Okay, we are at 16 against 14. Chery Tiggo with a slight lead in the third. They lead the set count 2-0. They took the first set, in case you're joining us late, 27-25 in a very close one. And in the second, they dominated and pulled away at the right moments. They closed it at 25-19. They currently lead 16-14 and they have the serve.
If Cignal HD Spikers want to get this set, they really have to convert more from the rallies.
Ooh, Via General digging in very deep. Adorador, Bicar, lets it fly, but that is rejected. Well read by the defense of Cignal.
So far, the blocking of Doria and Basas together is working well for the HD Spikers. It was a block point for Basas in that sequence.
It now suddenly has not become that easy for Chery to penetrate the airspace of Cignal. And here comes Doria. Duremdes handles it well on the back row. That is out.
Oh, but again, Baliton, Carandang, and De Los Reyes earlier killing that momentum that the HD Spikers is trying to build.
And it's now 17 against 15 here in the third. We hope you're enjoying the intensity of the action. Seb Cementa and Eyal Estraniero and Franny Reyes joining all of you. Nice set. Ah, well protected that time by Baliton. It's in the air. Dakis makes it a set, but General says, I can't strike. And that's outside.
Laure had a good intention to target zone 1, but just too much angle in that sequence.
Yeah, I don't think the down the line is working for her tonight. Kasi ayaw niya i-cross court kasi andun yung blockers eh.
The taller blocker is there with Meneses.
Correct. 17-16, nakilala yung laro niya. And the coaches of Cignal beginning to become vociferous here. Yes, we're tied.
Quick thinking by Cayuna to drop
Wait.
that over ball right away.
Mukhang hindi mukhang hindi tayo. Mukhang overreach ba? Or net touch? The point is given to Chery Tiggo.
Looks like net touch
Net
was
touch. I'm
called
sorry, I went ahead of
by
the score.
Cayuna.
18-16 is the count. Chery Tiggo. Oh, hindi tumawid. Hindi tumawid. De Los Reyes playing well, coming off the bench. Young player from Ateneo, and meanwhile, Shaq de los Santos wants to huddle up.
Okay? Ngayon, yung blocker nila nandito. Okay, pwede ka tumakbo dito tapos dito ka sa ano. Ha? Sige. Basta pass back row. Okay, one good pass. Tatlo lang yan. Tatlo lang, ha? Okay? Tsaga lang, tsaga.
Sagala, hindi pa natatapos eh.
Hey, kaya pa yan. Kaya pa yan, ha? Tsagain lang. Jel, bawi ka, ha? Go!
Sabi na signal!
Tayo po ay nagpapatuloy sa bakbakang ito. Lamang ang kupunan ng Chery Tiggo sa bilang ng sets. At dito sa third set, trying to seal the deal by winning the set. They're ahead 19-16.
We mentioned it earlier that the production of points of Angeli Araneta is very well missed by the
Yes, but-
HD Spikers.
But you live on, you move on, life goes on. Uh-oh, misread on the set piece there. And it's on the blockers. Laura gets that fight, brings her team to 20 against 16.
Everything going well in terms of offense for the crossovers. Laure already with 2 blockers, but using their hands to score that point.
Bia General, the libero who played for NU, telling her teammates, we need 1 stop here. Dakis, Paat there to protect it. Bob from the pipe. That's red. Reset. Out of reach. And EJ Laure with 2 critical points here.
HD Spikers struggling to go for that second ball. Actually, their blockers are able to get that first touch, but it's just too fast and too high for
That is
them to
exactly right.
actually get the ball.
And now, a 5-point lead. Is it safe? Probably not. Let's check. Dakis, combination play. Well done. They needed that.
The cleaner attack for the HD Spikers.
17 will be serving against 21 as the veteran Rachel Andakis. All set to do her serve duties. Sails nicely over the net. Paat. Cayuna was ready, or rather, Pasas was ready for it. That doesn't go through, and the block was a distraction.
Paat was trying to go for a deep cross-court attack, but she was from the back row. Something difficult to actually execute.
Marlene was checking her hamstrings actually when she landed, and boy, yun ang mga injury areas ng volleyball player. Let's maybe that's why Aaron also called the timeout. I mean, that
Ito, ladies. Ito. Kailangan lang natin kumpletuhin yung galaw. Okay? Pansin nyo ang ginagawa ngayon, yung pasa, listen up. Ang pasa, pinapatalo na sa harap para magkasunod, kinakaltukan sa ibabaw. Kasi,
Tayo guys, 1 stop lang ha.
Chery!
ay, nako si Aaron talaga. Full pa rin. Sinabihan yung team, listen up.
They actually just need a 1 stop for this to build another momentum to end this set.
Mahinahon pa rin ang pagkakasabi. Siya yung kuyang nahihiya kang umuwi ng gabing-gabi na. Dallas Reyes.
Great one-hand send by Vicar.
Vicar slapped Dallas Reyes unintentionally, and Dallas Reyes, sobra ka naman matuwa.
But also that elevation and reach by De Los Reyes.
No, she's 5'9". For volleyball, that's tall already. Long arms too. Meantime, 22-18 tally, third set. Laura has percolated here. Oh, well done. I would go very often to Riri Meneses for that runner.
Something that Coach Chuck De Los Santos was expecting them, was trying to tell them to execute earlier.
Now, on the floor for Cignal, mamili ka na kung sino attacker mo dyan. Service ace.
Much needed point by the Cignal HD Spikers.
Last 2 points have been taken by the Cignal HD Spikers, sorry. The serve. Molina says, take that back. Vicar. Dakis. Cayunas to scamper. It's going to be easy over. Yes, it is. And it'll go to Chery Tiggo. De Los Reyes playing well coming off the bench.
So De Los Reyes is actually the highlight of this set. Now been scoring back-to-back points for the crossovers. An impact player for this set for the crossovers, De Los Reyes.
J-Cell De Los Reyes. Not exactly a clean reception there. Yes, open spot, and we arrive at match point.
Great target by Adorador. A long cross-court attack to zone 5. No one was there for the HD Spikers.
De Los Reyes looks at her coach and the coaching staff asking for guidance. In play, General Molina. The cut, it's down and out. Kanina pa nakaka-score si Molina na ganun. Sa ganon, they save one match point.
Cayuna needs to play perfect volleyball in the service line.
Boy, it's so depressing if you lose it at the service line. Nice serve. The whip, and look at this, 2 serve set match point save.
Again, the blocking of Doria and Basas together.
One more point by Cignal. Expect Aaron Velas to call a timeout here. I'm speculating. I don't want to second guess the coaches. Messy pickup, but they'll make do. Into the back row. This one, Molina. Whips it, Bicar, it's high up in the air. Adorador, it's over. It is over. It is in and done.
Adorador scoring that just from a top spin attack. Cignal HD Spikers really struggling in their defense this entire game.
A straight set victory by Chery Tiggo, welcoming back Aaron Velas to their fold. What a performance. They took the first set 27-25, the second 25-19, and the third 25-22. It was a very spirited game. Cignal lost their chances, but nonetheless, it take nothing away from Chery Tiggo.
And despite committing a few errors, Chery Tiggo just played consistent volleyball from offense to defense with the leadership of Bicar in playmaking. She was really able to activate all of her attackers.
Great pair of games here today. The first game here tonight went going the way of F2, and later on here a win by Chery Tiggo.
Not the first game that Cignal HD expected as a result, especially that they finished silver in the reinforced conference. They wanted to bring that momentum here in the All-Filipino conference, but a lot of things they have to work on from this loss. A lot of learnings from this loss as well.
Let's take a look at some choice cuts. There were so many great moments here from both sides of the floor, Ayel.
Just so many spark plugs from the Chery Tiggo crossovers. But again, it was also their defense and their good first ball that allowed them to set a lot of combinations in terms of offense. But a lot of sparks also for the Cignal HD Spikers. But it wasn't enough for them to build a momentum and to get this match.
And you know, almost everybody who was fielded in by Aaron Velas delivered here today. Karandang did not even see that much action in the third set. But take nothing away from Cignal. They had their usual players delivering, Meneses, Molina, and the others, but not enough.
Both teams really with good lineup, talented and well-experienced players, so it was just a matter of execution. And today, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers executed better than the Cignal HD Spikers.
Well said, Ayel. In the meantime, some more highlights. And that was the excellent no-look shot by Mylene Pat that brought a smile and even a laugh to her face. Let's look at some of the numbers here.
No, it's clear that the Chery Tiggo Crossovers dominated the attacking department with 57. For Cignal, only 35, but they dominated the blocking department with 10, only 4 for the Crossovers, only 4 aces for Chery Tiggo, and only 3 for the Cignal HD Spikers. 12 errors for Cignal HD Spikers and 18 for Chery Tiggo. Given the score, Chery Tiggo even gave more free points to the Cignal HD Spikers with 18.
Now Franny Reyes is with our best player today. Can't help but notice Joyce Alina B. Bicar is our best player.
Alina Vicar, 14 excellent sets, is our player of the game. Now, Alina, last conference you guys were the young team. There's a lot of adjustments. How proud of you sa pinakita nyo today?
Siyempre, sobrang proud ako. Hindi lang sa akin, kung hindi ka sa mga teammates ko. Kasi kung hindi dahil din sa kanila, hindi ko naman magagawa to. And nagtulungan lang talaga kami and nag-enjoy sa loob.
Kitang-kita na nag-enjoy talaga sa'yo sa loob. Highlight of the last set, si Jaisel de los Reyes. Sa sobrang proud mo, sinampal mo pa siya. Can you talk about her performance and ba't mo siya sinampal?
Hindi naman sampal yun. Siguro sobrang lang ako sa kanya, proud lang ako sa kanya kasi ayun nga, sa training, nakikita naman talaga yung pag-push niya sa sarili niya. So ayun, happy kami para sa mga teammates namin, lalo na ngayon nag-step up.
And we're very happy with what you guys were able to show. Is there anyone you want to greet, thank, say hello to?
Siyempre po, unang-una sa management. And sa mga Chery fans, thank you sobra sa suporta nyo. Sana po, hindi po kayo magsawang suportahan kami. And sa family ko, hello sa Ramento family and kay Labri sa mga nanonood. And ayun, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alina, and thank you to all our volleyball fans here today. It's been a wild Tuesday, so let's send it back to the panel.
Well done, Franny Reyes and Alina Bicard. The setter rarely gets that nod, and we just couldn't help but be impressed with her today as we take a look at the schedule for Thursday.
We have more games on Thursday on February 9. Creamline is going against Cignal HD Spikers at 4 p.m. and Petrogas Angels against Chocomucho at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you, Ayel, for joining us. Ayel provided us with some great insights and her experience as a player as well. And we look forward to seeing her again next time, as well as Franny Reyes. On behalf of all of us here, it's been a great day, long day in volleyball. So I'm Samantha saying thank you very much. We'll see you all next time when we do it all again here on Thursday for the All-Filipino Conference of the place where the heart of volleyball throbs and beats, the Premier Volleyball League.